One thing that you could do, a remedy that you could find that would keep everybody fine, would be to reinvigorate a goal of nuclear family and of child rearing and of sort of more traditional, like conservative values.
Yes.
Because that means that nobody loses out, but everybody now places the value of having a family so high that both men and women begin to work together collaboratively.
You're not referring to enforced monogamy by any chance, are you?
I'm not referring to enforced monogamy because Jordan nearly got cancelled for that, and I'm not going to go down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and today, as you guys read by the title of this video, we are going to be answering the question, should we take marriage seriously today? And this is a segment from Chris Williamson's podcast. I will link the full video down for you guys to check out. This was a really good podcast episode. He also has a YouTube channel as well, but I will link that down below. But before we do, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let's jump into it.
If this hypergamous nature ends up continuing, and if the, how would you say, the over success of women continues to accelerate, is you have two choices as far as I can see. One of them is to move through life and be single. And the other one is to settle with a mate that you are fundamentally unattracted to. Neither of those seem like particularly good situations. The only advantage that women have over men in this, you know, average value women and average value men, the only advantage that the women have is the fact that they can settle, and the men don't even have that opportunity.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but the worst part about it is not that it's a reality, and it will most likely move to being more palatable as time goes on. At least that's my contention.
What do you mean?
It's the fact. Well, it's in the sense that the worst part about it is that we don't know about it. That's the worst part about it. Is that it's simply the shark in the waters, right? It's Jaws, and it's that this is a creeping disaster that is on the frontier that no one is particularly informed about. And the whole point of this article these set of articles was to ring an alarm bell, to say that this is definitely an issue that we need to be taking a very close look at. Because it's not just that it's an issue that that damages an economy, for example. It might damage an economy, but it's an issue that damages a society and long term.
Civilization, yeah.
Civilization ending.
The further that men and women get from each other and deciding, okay, men going their own way and women essentially deciding the same thing, but mostly due to society telling women that they can accomplish everything and that they can push back marriage and children, the further we get apart from each other, the more our civilization is going to crumble, because the idea of civilization is to continue to procreate and to continue to bring life onto this planet. If you have men and women completely battling each other and saying that we don't want to deal with the other sex, the problem then becomes we as a society are going to continue to die off, because there will be no humans to procreate, or at least we will have less and less and less procreation over time, because of the simple fact that women are choosing not to marry, women are choosing to essentially be alone, and men the same thing. But we'll continue with the conversation.
One potential remedy, so I know that we can't reprogram our sexual desires. I know that hypergamy is going to stick about. I know that it's going to be so unpalatable as to make it a moot point to suggest that women should either be held back or should choose to hold themselves back from achievement because it's negatively correlated with mate success. One thing that you could do, a remedy that you could find that would keep everybody fine, would be to reinvigorate a goal of nuclear family and of child rearing and of sort of more traditional, like conservative values. Because that means that nobody loses out, but everybody now places the value of having a family so high that both men and women begin to work together collaboratively.
You're not referring to enforced monogamy by any chance, are you?
I'm not referring to enforced monogamy because Jordan nearly got cancelled for that, and I'm not going to go down.
That's a cancelable offense, my friend.
Correct. Yes.
But no, to take your point seriously, you are entirely correct. Is that having conversations with people about this particular topic, about what is the solution, that is the solution that is often presented. A reinvigoration of marriage. And maybe we don't use the term enforced monogamy, but taking marriage seriously.
Instead of that, you would be able to say not enticed monogamy, but celebrated monogamy, you know, because people desire what they think other people desire. And the best enforcement mechanism is admiration and desire and social renown. You know, if it's now the cool thing to have a family, to have a secure life, to, you know, the 2 dogs, 2 kids, white picket fence shit, then you don't need to mandate shit. People are just going to do it because they want to do it because other people want to do it.
Yeah, it's mimetic.
So this concept of celebrated monogamy and the reinvigoration of marriage is something that I am very, very passionate about here on my channel. One of the main issues I see here, and I get this brought up all the time, for women, we have now placed the value of our success on career status, on educational status, on everything that would be considered the patriarchy, right? What men essentially value as societal gains, or basically the epitome of what success would be from a male perspective. We have then translated that to feminism. Feminism is essentially saying we want to be like men. We want to create career success, and that should be the success that is celebrated. And I think that for so many women, we have completely neglected the fact that raising children and being in the home and teaching these values and all the things that intellectually we've learned over time and in schooling and through education and through our career, we can apply that to child rearing. We can make well-rounded children that will then create better and better societies. But the thing is that as feminism has progressed and we've seen 3rd wave and 4th wave and soon to be 5th wave, child rearing and creating the next generation of, you know, good citizens and upstanding citizens is deemed as second class. Why can't we take the intelligence? Why can't we take all of the things that we've learned through our education, through our career, and apply that to raising children? And why isn't that celebrated? Why is this success not equal or similar to career success? This is where feminism and modern society and progressivism has completely derailed civilization. Because if you think about it, right, if you're looking at Western societies, this is becoming a bigger and bigger issue, and more women are going into the workplace thinking that they can work this career for 10 years, have tenure, right? And then they get to a point where they're 30, like a lot of women that I know, and say, is this all that there is to life? That is what's being created in our societies. And then the problem is that at that particular point, the window shrinks for women. Then, you know, finding a mate, securing a family, and doing all those things, now your window decreases. And now you're spending more money in the market. Now you're spending more money on in vitro and egg freezing and all these other things that you can do to prolong this. But if we look at a society and say, okay, let's start praising monogamy, let's start praising marriage again, and start reinvigorating marriages and teach people how to be wives, how to be husbands, we can have a society that thrives. We can bring back, you know, the nuclear family, and we can have a society that is flourishing, that is thriving, that actually can, you know, that we can instill good values within our children, and then the next generation and the next generation and so forth. I think this is an amazing proposition, to be honest, and I wish that more and more creators, more and more married people would come here and speak about these things as well, because like I've mentioned before, marriage is not a walk in the park. It takes work, it takes dedication, it takes duty, but it's worth it. And creating family is something so beautiful. And I know that there are some people that can't have that. I know that. And that is really sad. But for a majority of people to completely push these things out that will completely create contention between the sexes, this is a problem that we're seeing, and this is going to affect further and next generations to come. Those are my thoughts around this topic. I would love to hear what you have to say about this particular topic, where you guys stand. And yeah, I will link this video down in the description for you guys to check out the full video. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.